If you've been following the Ravens this season, you know there's a lot of uncertainty swirling around the organization, from coaching decisions to player futures. One of the stories that has really started to gain traction lately involves Todd Monken, the Ravens' offensive coordinator, according to multiple sources. Michigan has begun evaluating Monken as a potential candidate for their head coaching position. While nothing is confirmed, it seems like this process has been moving quickly, with school officials reportedly hoping to have matters settled by Christmas. That timeline might have seemed ambitious, but it highlights just how seriously Michigan is considering a high-profile candidate like Monken. Someone with experience at both the college and NFL levels. Looking at Monken's career, it's not difficult to see why he's on their radar. Before joining the Ravens, he had significant success at Georgia, winning multiple national championships and building a reputation as a highly creative and effective offensive mind. Since arriving in Baltimore in 2023, he's had a major influence on the team's offensive identity, particularly in shaping Lamar Jackson's development. Despite some setbacks this season, the Ravens have maintained the best rushing attack in the league in terms of yards per attempt and are solidly in the top half for passing, considering Lamar Jackson missed significant time due to injuries, and the wide receiver group had an inconsistent year. These numbers still reflect a well-coached, adaptable offense. Of course, Monken's track record isn't just about this season. In 2024, the Ravens had both the best rushing and passing offenses in the NFL, ranking third in points scored and first in total yards. The previous year, they were similarly dominant, ranking near the top in rushing, passing, scoring, and yards gained. These kinds of numbers underscore Monken's ability to design and implement highly effective schemes and adjust to different personnel challenges. Over the past couple of seasons, he has proven to be versatile and inventive, qualities any college program would find attractive for a head coaching role. Yet, this season has also raised questions. The offense has been inconsistent at times, and some fans have pointed out slow starts and sporadic performances. But even with those concerns, Monken's ability to develop talent and manage games creatively stands out. His experience navigating both college and professional football environments gives him a unique perspective, and it's clear that he approaches the game with a competitive and strategic mindset. If a major program like Michigan comes calling, it's understandable that he would at least explore the opportunity, especially considering the current climate in Baltimore, where the future of head coach John Harbaugh has been a topic of intense discussion. Speaking of Harbaugh, the situation with him adds another layer of complexity. Baltimore fans and analysts have debated whether he should return next season, and the ongoing discussions inevitably affect the coaching staff and players. For coordinators like Monken, uncertainty around a head coach's future can spark questions about personal opportunities, career progression, and potential moves elsewhere. In recent years, Monken has been linked to other head coaching searches, so it's not out of character for him to be evaluated for a role at a major program. From the organization's perspective, they must balance retaining top talent with the reality that coaches at Monken's level will naturally consider opportunities that advance their careers. What makes Monken particularly appealing for a college program is his ability to work with a wide range of personnel. Over the years in Baltimore, he has adapted to the strengths and weaknesses of his players, optimizing schemes to fit the talent available. This includes integrating players with unique skill sets, such as Patrick Ricard, and adjusting strategies when key contributors are absent or underperforming. While no coordinator is perfect, and Monken has faced criticism for certain in-game decisions, the overall picture shows a coach capable of producing high-level offensive results and mentoring players to reach their potential. That adaptability, combined with his success at the collegiate level, makes him a natural candidate for a head coaching role beyond the Ravens organization. The timing of this potential move also plays a role. The Michigan head coaching vacancy presents a high-profile opportunity, and a coach of Monken's caliber could significantly impact a program of that stature, even if he ultimately decides to stay in the NFL. The fact that he is being seriously considered highlights the respect he commands in football circles. It also underscores how intertwined NFL and college coaching trajectories can be, with success at the professional level often opening doors for prominent college positions. For Monken, this is a moment to weigh options carefully, balancing loyalty to his current team with career advancement and personal goals. Meanwhile, the Ravens continue to focus on the present, with upcoming games demanding attention and preparation. Monken himself has emphasized that his primary responsibility remains guiding the offense and supporting the players through the remainder of the season. But it's impossible to ignore the larger context. The organization is at a crossroads, with potential changes at the top and critical decisions about the coaching staff looming. As a result, conversations about Monken's future are not just idle speculation, they reflect the dynamic nature of football, where opportunities arise quickly and timing is everything. Adding to the intrigue is the broader environment surrounding John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson. Harbaugh's long tenure in Baltimore has been marked by playoff struggles, and recent discussions have amplified scrutiny on both him and the team's leadership. Meanwhile, Jackson, despite facing injuries and criticism, has remained a central figure for the Ravens offense, evaluating the interplay between Harbaugh's position, Jackson's performance, and Monken's potential next steps creates a complex picture of organizational strategy and personal career considerations. It is a delicate balancing act, where each decision reverberates through the team and impacts morale, future planning, and public perception. What makes this season particularly fascinating is the combination of performance, personnel, and potential transitions. The Ravens' offense has shown both brilliance and vulnerability, creating a nuanced landscape for analysis. Monken's influence on that offense cannot be understated. His schemes, play calling, and player development efforts have contributed to some of the team's most successful moments in recent years. At the same time, the challenges faced this season highlight the ongoing demands placed on coaching staff, including adjusting to injuries, player departures, and in-game decision-making. The result is a season that feels both familiar in its competitiveness and unpredictable in its outcomes. As conversations continue about Michigan, Monken, Harbaugh, and the Ravens' future, fans are left closely monitoring developments. Every interview, report, and public statement adds to the picture of what might come next. The ripple effect is substantial. Coaching changes can influence player retention, draft strategies, and even the team's overall identity. For a program like Michigan, acquiring a coach with Monken's experience could shift the trajectory of their football program dramatically, while for the Ravens, retaining him could be a stabilizing factor amid broader uncertainty. The stakes are high, and every decision matters, both on and off the field. Turning our attention to John Harbaugh, the pressure surrounding him has intensified as the season progresses, and it's become a central topic for fans, analysts, and the team alike. Harbaugh has been in Baltimore for nearly 2 decades, building a legacy that includes a Super Bowl victory and countless playoff appearances. Yet the last several years have highlighted inconsistencies that have sparked questions about the team's direction. While his relationship with Lamar Jackson remains strong, public and internal scrutiny has created an environment where the Ravens organization faces difficult decisions regarding leadership and future strategy. It's increasingly clear that the partnership between Harbaugh and Jackson cannot simply continue indefinitely without significant evaluation of both performance and long-term goals. Harbaugh has addressed these questions directly, emphasizing the strength of his relationship with Lamar and his belief in the quarterback's abilities. He has consistently praised Jackson's work ethic, competitiveness, and leadership, framing their dynamic as collaborative and mutually respectful. Despite the external noise and speculation, Harbaugh's comments reinforced the notion that within the locker room, trust and accountability remain intact. However, the larger question is whether the organization is prepared to navigate the transition that might come if the Ravens decide to move in a new direction, either by parting ways with Harbaugh or reassessing Jackson's role in the team's future. The implications of such a decision are profound, touching every level of the franchise, from coaching staff to player morale, and even affecting draft strategies and free agent acquisitions in the coming seasons. Lamar Jackson's situation adds another layer of complexity. While he has faced criticism for injuries, inconsistent performances, and perceived accountability issues, a closer examination reveals a quarterback who has largely remained available and productive outside of a few seasons affected by injury. Jackson has played most games in his career and contributed significantly to the Ravens' offensive output. The narrative that he is fragile or unreliable is often overstated, particularly when considering the number of hits he takes behind a line that has faced its own challenges with depth and consistency. Jackson's skill set, leadership, and ability to perform under pressure make him a cornerstone of the team, and the debate often centers less on his talent and more on the broader structural decisions the organization must make regarding coaching and offensive strategy. The tension between Harbaugh and Jackson's futures exemplifies the balancing act every NFL organization must perform when managing elite talent and long-term planning. If the Ravens were to part ways with Harbaugh, it would not just be a head coaching change, it would represent a shift in philosophy, culture, and strategic direction. For Jackson, continuity in coaching is critical for maintaining momentum, refining skills, and maximizing performance. Conversely, any change at the quarterback level would necessitate a reevaluation of schemes, personnel, and developmental priorities. These intertwined factors illustrate why discussions around the Ravens' leadership are so charged, and why every decision carries ripple effects that extend far beyond the field. Adding to the mix, the potential movements of coaches like Todd Monken highlight the fluidity of NFL staffing and the cascading impact of career decisions. If Monken were to pursue a head coaching position at Michigan or elsewhere, it could prompt additional adjustments within the Ravens' offensive structure. These decisions are never isolated. They influence not only game planning and strategy, but also player confidence and performance. When a coordinator departs, the team must consider the learning curve for a replacement, the adaptability of players, and the continuity of the offensive system. Each choice has tangible consequences. And in a league where margins are razor thin, the implications of staff changes are felt immediately, in both practice and competition. Meanwhile, the Ravens' recent seasons underscore the tension between success and expectation. While Baltimore has produced high-powered offenses and consistently competitive teams under Harbaugh and Monken, playoff results have not always aligned with regular season performance. This disconnect fuels debate over leadership effectiveness, player accountability, and organizational priorities. Fans and analysts alike dissect every game, every decision, and every stat, often creating pressure points that magnify the stakes for both coaches and players. In this environment, strategic decisions become high-stakes exercises where timing, judgment, and foresight are critical to long-term success. The organizational structure of the Ravens further complicates these considerations. Team executives, scouting departments, and player personnel departments all have a vested interest in outcomes, creating a network of influence and decision-making that extends well beyond the coaching staff. From evaluating potential hires to managing contracts and draft strategies, every choice is interconnected, shaping both immediate performance and the trajectory of the franchise. Harbaugh's experience and track record are weighed against emerging opportunities and the need for innovation, while Jackson's performance and health are continuously assessed against team goals and competitive realities. These dynamics illustrate the complexity of leadership decisions in a modern NFL organization, where every factor from coaching philosophy to player development is scrutinized under intense public and internal pressure. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support keeps us bringing you the latest news on the Baltimore Ravens. And hey, drop your take in the comments below. We want to hear from the flock. Rumors are swirling around the NFL as whispers turn into near certainty. Baltimore has reportedly secured the services of edge rusher Chase Young. If the deal is indeed finalized, the implications for the league are massive. Known for his ferocious pass rush, explosive first step, and uncanny ability to disrupt even the most precise offensive lines, Young's arrival could redefine Baltimore's defensive identity and strike fear into quarterbacks everywhere. Sources close to the organization suggest that the front office sees Young not just as a player, but as a cornerstone of a defensive renaissance. After seasons of fluctuating pass rush success, Baltimore may finally have the kind of game-changing talent that forces opposing offenses to rethink their entire strategy. Young's blend of speed, power, and relentless motor has already earned him a reputation as one of the most disruptive forces in modern football, and the team's coaching staff is reportedly ecstatic about the potential schematic wrinkles they can deploy with him on board. The timing could not be more dramatic. Baltimore's defensive unit has shown flashes of brilliance in past seasons, but inconsistency has prevented them from achieving true dominance. Adding Young could be the catalyst that turns a strong defense into an elite nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. Speculation is already heating up about how coordinators around the league will adjust double teams, chip blocks, max protection schemes, all aimed at slowing down one of the most feared edge rushers in the game. Yet even with maximum effort, insiders suggest that Young's combination of agility and strength could make him nearly impossible to contain off the field. The signing is generating intense buzz among fans and analysts alike. Social media channels are flooded with debate, projections, and highlight reels of Young's most memorable plays, former teammates and opponents alike are weighing in, predicting that his impact could extend far beyond mere statistics. With Baltimore's front office rumored to have spared no expense in securing him, expectations are skyrocketing, and the pressure to perform will be immense, while nothing is official until both parties sign on the dotted line. The mere possibility of Young in Baltimore's colors has ignited a wave of speculation across the NFL. The team's defensive schemes, opponent preparations, and even draft strategies may already be adjusting in anticipation if the rumors hold true. The league could be in for a season where one player alone forces offenses to rethink everything, creating chaos in a way that few athletes ever can as the situation develops. One thing is certain, Baltimore fans are on the edge of their seats, and the football world is holding its collective breath. Chase Young's potential arrival promises not just a signing, but a seismic shift in the balance of power, a ripple effect that could echo through the league. All season long, the rumor mill is alive, speculation is rampant, and the NFL may never see a defensive force quite like this. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with exclusive news on our Baltimore Ravens, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what the flock thinks. Drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.